I just made a squash casserole. Let me show you how I make mine. Today I'm going to make one of my family's favorite casserole, and it's the squash casserole. And honey, you can find it in our little recipes that we've got on shopcreole.com. And you can go on there and get all of those yummy little recipes that we've got on there for $5. So let's get started on this. In the bowl, I've got me a can of cream of mushroom soup, and then I've got me my favorite Duke mayonnaise. I've got a half a cup of that, and then in that with it, I've got 2 eggs that we're just going to incorporate together, and we're going to mix it up before we pour it in our squash. Now in here, I boiled in some chicken broth. I cut me up, it was 6 medium, good size medium squash. I cut that up. It's still got a little crunch to it because you don't want it completely cooked because it'll finish up cooking in the oven. So let's get this mixed up right here. So in my squash, I'm gonna add me a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of onion powder. Then I'm gonna put me some salt and pepper. And you know that's to your likings. I'm going to add a teaspoon of pepper and a teaspoon of salt. All right, now we're going to pour this on over in here in our squash. Y'all, in this little recipe, it is so simple, but it's got some yummy taste to it. Okay, in my pan, I sauteed a half of a bell pepper and a whole medium white or yellow onion, whichever one you want. And I put about 3 tablespoons of butter in it. And we're going to add this right on over in here. Now let's stir that up. Now I may not have told you, and I probably didn't. After you boil your squash, you can sort of mash it up a little bit or either cut it however you want it. But make sure it's drained because you don't want it to be watery. And after it cooks, it'll be pretty soupy if you don't drain it good. All right, to this I've got 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese that we're going to add over in that. Then I crushed me up a whole sleeve of crackers. That's why I was a little bit careful what I added as far as salt. Now we're just going to combine all this together and mix it up. And then I'm going to get it in my little grease pan. And then I'll show you the next little step. Now y'all, of all things, Miss Queen of smoked paprika forgot to put it in here. So we're going to add us about a half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. You know Nanny Shell's got to have that smoked paprika. In a greased casserole dish, we're going to put our squash filling in this. And then on top of that, I crushed me up a few more crackers, and we're going to pour them on top of this. Now, if you want to use saltine crackers, you can. I have used rich crackers, and I put butter in them and put them on top. But that's all to your likings, however you want to do and whatever crackers you got in your little pantry. And then on top of that, I got me a little bit more cheese of the sharp cheddar cheese. But if you don't want to use the sharp, honey, just use whatever kind of cheese you want to on top of it. I have used pepper jack before in this. Honey, I'm one of these cooks. Whatever I got in my pantry, in my refrigerator, that's what I'm going to use. We've preheated our oven to 350, and we're going to leave it in there to cook for about 40 minutes. But like I tell you, always check on it because everybody's oven's different. So let's get it in there. Ooh, it's hot out of the oven. Let me get me a bite. Honey, your family's going to want you to make this every Thanksgiving. Well, they might want you to make it every day. But go make this and make some precious memories with your friends and family. And always remember to smile because God loves you. And baby, He's got this.